Continued from the previous. It's super long. Here comes the sequel. Seamlessly. Please rest assured to watch. When I caught my wife cheating on me, she looked at the divorce agreement I threw to her and cried her eyes out. However, her lover, Li Zifeng, was indifferent and put on his clothes as if no one was around, with a proud expression on his face. Shang Nan, don't pretend. Ruyan doesn't love you anymore. What she needs is a real man. I slowly walked towards him, looked down at him. Li Zifeng, I know you're desperate now, but do you know that? Do you know that? 3 days ago, I just signed the project contract that can bring your company back to life. Li Zifeng's face changed. I continued. And the luxury stores under Liu Ruyan's name. All the funds come from my account, including the necklace worth 800,000 on her. Liu Yuan subconsciously touched the necklace around her neck, and her eyes began to dodge. I gave you everything you wanted. My voice was still calm, but each word was like an ice knife. Now I want to take it all back. I gave you Liu Ruyan's divorce agreement. You leave with nothing. Li Zifeng, our cooperation is over. Please abide by the contract for liquidated damages. Liu Ruyan rushed over and hugged my leg. Shang Nan, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Can you give me a chance? I looked down at her. I remembered when we first got married 5 years ago. She also knelt on the ground like this. But that was because I gave her a ring. I gently stroked her hair, gently as I did every night in the past. Ruyan, do you know what I hate the most? She shook her head, with hope in her eyes. My hand that betrayed me suddenly grabbed her hair, forcing her to look up at me. 5 years of marriage. I gave you countless opportunities to prove your love, but you chose to use the most dirty way, to betray me in the dirtiest way. Now it's my turn. I let go, and she fell to the ground. I looked at Li Zifeng. Aren't you leaving? Do you want me to call security? Li Zifeng gritted his teeth and said, Nen Shang, who do you think you are? The world is not as simple as you think. Is that so? I took out my phone and dialed a number. Mr. Li, the project of Zifeng Group is suspended. Yes, it takes effect immediately. Hanging up the phone, I looked at Li Zifeng's gradually pale face. Now you can get out. After they all left, I was the only one left in the huge house. I sat on the sofa, looked at the Liu Ruyan on the coffee table, the lily that was just inserted yesterday. The flowers are still beautiful, but the heart of the person who arranged it is rotten. I picked up the vase and threw it hard on the ground. The fragments splashed. One of the pieces cut my finger. Blood dripped on the floor, just like my broken heart at the moment. But I didn't cry. From this moment on, Nan Shang was dead. What's left but a person who wants to make the betrayer pay? The next day, Liu Ruyan really came back. She changed into a black dress and wore exquisite makeup, holding my favorite steamed dumplings in her hand. Nan Shang, I bought you breakfast. Her voice was cautious, as if she was a child who made a mistake. I was making coffee in the kitchen. I didn't turn around. How about the divorce agreement? Nan Shang, listen to me. He came over and wanted to hug me. I dodged him. I thought about what you said last night all night. You are right. I was wrong. But our 5-year relationship, is there no room for recovery? I turned to look at him, and looked at this face that once haunted me. Exquisite facial features, clear eyes, and the cherry lips I kissed countless times. 5 years of relationship. I picked up the coffee cup and took a sip. Ruyan, do you think last night was your first affair? His face changed. What do you mean? I took out a USB drive from my pocket and put it on the table. 3 months ago, you and Li Zifeng were in room 1208 at Hilton. 2 months ago, you were in his office. A month ago, you were in our bed during my business trip. On our bed. Liu Ruyan's face turned completely white. You sent someone to follow me. It's not tracking. I pushed the USB drive to him. It's protection. I was worried that you were not safe outside alone, so I arranged a bodyguard. Unexpectedly, the bodyguard captured such a wonderful scene. He trembled as he picked up the USB drive, as if holding a bomb. How much is in here? Enough for me to get all your property in court. My voice is still calm. According to the prenuptial agreement, the cheating party will be out of house. Did you forget? This is the clause you offered at the beginning. Liu Ruyan remembered. When we got married 5 years ago, he vowed to grow old with me. He offered to sign a loyalty agreement. He said, Nanshang, I would only love you in my life. If I betray you, you could take back everything you gave me. At that time, he was so innocent and romantic, with love in his eyes. Now he only has fear and calculation. Nanshang, I know I was wrong. I'll give you whatever you want. Please forgive me this time, okay? Kneel down in front of me. Tears falling like rain. I squatted down and reached out to wipe her tears. I have done this countless times. Every time she cried, I would gently coax her like this. Ruyan, do you know what I love most about you? He shook his head and hope rekindled in his eyes. Your tears. I stroked her cheek. When you used to cry, I felt so sorry for you. Now when I see you cry, I just feel ridiculous. I stood up, looked down at him from above, because I know your tears and your vows are all fake. He was stunned, tears stuck in his eyes. Neither forward nor backward, nor can I back out. Shang Nan, sign it. I pointed to the divorce agreement on the table. Leave with dignity. It's good for both of us. He looked at the divorce agreement and suddenly gritted his teeth and stood up. I won't sign. I raised my eyebrows. No, I won't sign. He wiped away his tears and regained his former arrogance. Shang Nan, don't forget. I also have something in my hand. For example, he took out his phone and played a recording. My voice came from the recording. Mr. Lee, that environmental protection report. Can you slightly modify the data? My face didn't change at all. I even smiled. Do you really think this recording can threaten me? Isn't that enough? Mr. Shang from Shang Group, to bribe the testing agency for a project. Once exposed, what will happen to your company? I walked up to her and stroked her cheek, just like I did before. My silly wife, do you think I would talk about illegal things? Talk about illegal things? She was stunned, and I continued. I did talk to President Lee on that day, but we were discussing how to make the data more accurate, to ensure it complies with environmental standards. But what you recorded was just an edited clip. I took out my phone and played the full recording. Sure enough, my words had been maliciously edited. In the full version, I was clearly asking for strict compliance with the standards. Liu Ruyan slumped on the sofa. Look, you can't even learn how to betray me. Looking at her desperate expression, a sense of pleasure welled up in my heart. Just like you loved me back then. It was false and clumsy. He completely broke down, crying out of breath. I turned and walked towards the door. In 3 days, I hope to see the signed agreement. Otherwise I will ask the lawyer to sue directly. It won't be as simple as leaving with nothing. I walked out of the house. I drove to the company. Assistant Hao Wang handed me a document. Mr. Shang, this is the information you need. All the business information about Li Zifeng. I opened the file and read it carefully. Li Zifeng is 35 years old, president of Zifeng Group. The company mainly develops real estate, but in recent years it has been poorly managed, and its capital chain is on the verge of breaking. Interesting. I closed the file. A man who is about to go bankrupt has the courage to rob my wife. Mr. Shang, do you need me to arrange anything? Hao Wang asked. Make an appointment for me. I want to talk to Mr. Lee alone. Okay. I leaned back in my chair and looked out the window at the city scenery.